Hi you guys, I've been doing a series on the distress markers from Tim Holtz and how to use them. So today I want to share with you a different technique, and this technique is not new to the stamping community. I know that several people have done videos on it before with other watercolor pens, but I want to show you that you can do this with the distress markers as well. So to get started, I have a pink paisley stamp that is a magnolia. It's a dogwood. And what you're going to do is you're going to take your markers, and I'm going to use peeled paint, wild honey, fired brick, and spun sugar as my colors. And you're going to paint on the stamp rather than on the paper. So basically you're going to go around here where all of the green would be, and you're going to paint that in with your peeled paint. And I've already pre-painted the stamp so I don't have to sit and color in everything on video, just to kind of help it go through a little faster. I used the wild honey on the center of each of the flowers, and then I used the spun sugar, and I went around all of the flowers all the way around. And then to get some shading, I went around the tips with the fired brick. So all of these little tips on the dogwoods I did with the fired brick, and then right up around the center as well, because that would be the darker part of the flower. Then, because these are watercolors, you have to blow on them to activate the water properties or to activate the inks. So you're just going to give it a couple of huffs like this. And what that's going to do is it's going to moisten the stamp with your warm breath. So then I'm using the Ranger stamping paper, and I'm just going to stamp this image right on to this paper. And I'm going to leave it there for just a minute, make sure I get a good solid transfer. And then when you lift it off, your image is transferred. Now, the next thing I did, because I kind of feel like we need a little bit more color coming around the sides of these flowers, just to kind of give them a little bit of definition. So I just took my spun sugar, and I'm just kind of coming around the edges. My tip got a little contaminated. I need to kind of brush it off a little bit, just from coloring. But I'm going to come around the edges of this and just kind of put a little more shadow in around these edges. Just like that. Just to give them a little more definition. Now you can call this finished at this point. You don't have to use water. It's definitely a very nice look without the water. But for me, and it's a good crisp image, which I like. But for me, I just want to see a little bit of the water on here, because this is watercolor, and I like the look of the watercolor. So I'm just going to take a brush that is moist. It's not completely wet. I'm not squeezing out more water, and I'm just going to kind of lightly go over this entire image, and this is going to pull some of these other colors down and blend them in really well. See how it softens up this flower? And so then the effect that you end up with is one where it looks like it was actually watercolored on, and your friends will ask you if you actually drew this image or was it a stamp. Isn't that pretty? So there's the difference between the one that's colored with the watercolor versus the one that is not. And then I just like to come in here and kind of, you know, mix these in. I don't want to add a lot of water because I don't want to lose the definition of the veining that's in the flower, but I do want to kind of blend it just a little more, soften it up. And what I'm doing is I have a paper towel to the side, and I'm just kind of wiping my brush off as I go onto that paper towel to blot up all of the excess water, because I don't want to contaminate the green inside of the pink. And see how, because I'm lightly doing this and I'm not adding additional water to my brush, you're maintaining that veining texture that was in the stamp. Oops, see, I didn't get all that off. Clean my brush a little better. But it is watercolor, so just go with it. So anyway, there's another technique for your markers. I'm getting a lot of positive feedback about people liking these tutorials, so I'll try and keep coming up with some different things. But for now, there's my little dogwood, and there's you a different technique. So thanks for watching, and if please leave me comments and let me know what you think. Thanks.